started. Action.
Lights, camera, action. Hey everyone, so as you can see, I have two beautiful ladies with me. This is
Ashley.
And this is
Giselle.
And I wanted to have a sit-down video and talk about something that I feel like in this day and age needs to be addressed. So that is, well, you probably could tell from the title already, but that is, what do Christian girls look for in men? I can't. So, just the first thing I'm gonna say before we get any further is that if you are a guy watching this video, don't feel like what we're saying is what it is. Like, these are our opinions, and ultimately, at the end of the day, you need to follow Jesus and be yourself. Don't ever try to be anything other than who you are. And this, and honestly, in this video, stuff that we're sharing is just like stuff that Christians should be doing anyway. So we're not saying like, oh, you need to do this, that, and the third. No, we're Christians.
We're just sharing opinions.
Yeah. So don't feel like this is something that you have to be like in order to find your godly woman. She out there. There's someone for everyone. I've seen it.
There's someone for everybody.
Girl, start away, Giselle.
So the most important one is to have a relationship with God. And the God of the Bible, the one who sent his son to die for our sins, the
Jesus.
3-in-1, believe the Holy Spirit, like, because a lot of people could believe in God, but they don't believe in like everything about God. So that is very important, because that will bring problems down the line, and you don't want to.
Like, first couple months might be cool, like, oh yeah, we in church praising the Lord, hallelujah. And then when you're actually having conversations like Bible studies, devotion, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, I think that all ties into being equally yoked, because the Bible talks about how important that is, and I feel like most people think it's like between a Christian and a non-Christian, when it's sometimes it's between two Christians. You can be on two totally different levels of spirituality, and it just does not work. So
yeah, that's so true. And also with like have a relationship with Jesus, like a legitimate one, like not one where it's just like you just post on social media and that's it. Don't be a social media Christian. Like one where you're actually talking to him and you're receiving from God as well. There's a lot of people out here that look like Christians, and y'all doing a great job, but when you truly have discernment, you know, you see right through that. And so don't think that that's enough, but actually take the time to have personal time with God and be in your word and praying and seeking him out. So that ties into having a relationship, like a true, genuine relationship with God. Because we can tell when it's not.
It comes out eventually.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't really fake it once you're in it. Because everybody could be Christian and have a perfect relationship. Well, not a perfect relationship, but a relationship with God. But that doesn't mean that that person is for you. I feel like oftentimes a lot of Christian women focus on the fact that like, oh, he has a good job, he has good morals, he's Christian, but his vision is not in line with your vision. So I feel like you guys kind of have to be equal in the sense that you can see yourself being a part of his life or his lifestyle, because you have to live that with him and help him with that.
He has to like support you in what you're doing. So if you love to like do praise and worship, or if you love to like speak and like, don't go with somebody who's like, oh nah, you know, I just feel like women, they should just be silent, they should just be sitting. Because like you gotta be with someone who supports you. Not somebody who's like jealous of you. Like if God's doing something in your life, like you know, just someone who's like supports you, who's your biggest fan. Like you're his biggest fan, and he's your biggest fan, and y'all are just each other's cheerleaders. And like that's very important to me. Like no hating in a relationship.
Yeah, because that's just
I've seen that before. So
yeah, that's if you guys are like playing a competition game when you're in a relationship, that's like toxic. And I also feel like we create these lists. It could be on paper or in our minds of what we want in an ideal man. And I just feel like God has a way of showing or revealing to people that what you want is not always what you need. And he's going to discover that to, you know, reveal that to you. And some people look so good. They have this facade. It's like, okay, everything, like they meet all your checks, but guess what? That's not who God has for you. That perfect person in your minds may not be ideal for you. The chemistry may be off, and you might meet somebody who is like, in a way, they're not what you expected, but they end up working perfectly with you. And it's just, you realize that, like I said, what you want is not exactly what you need, and is not exactly what would balance or complement you guys together.
Like what you would think. That's like a fear of mine, though. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, you know that God has like this amazing person for you, but my fear is just like, but God, it's not gonna be like what I want. Like I want him to be this, that, and the third. And it's just like, I know you're gonna give me what I need, but what if what I need is not what I want?
But God is perfect. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I know. He's never failed me.
Yeah,
he's never failed me before, but I don't know why it is like in my head.
Right? God said, that spirit of fear?
No, you're 100% right. That's why I know like I'm at a point in my life where like I don't need to be dating right now, because there's a lot that he's working in me, but that's a big thing, like with the whole list thing. Like I have this idea of what I think I want, and it's just like God is just like probably laughing. He's just like, this girl, she would have thought she wanted this type of guy, but she actually needs this type of guy.
This is what's gonna work, or this is who is gonna work for you. Sometimes like social media has a way of reeling you in and making you look, or comparing other people's relationships to what you think yours may look like. And that is not, everybody's path in life is individual. And I find that relationships are situational, because some people, God might look at them and say, listen, Rebecca needs somebody in her life that's gonna help grow with her. And there's other people, he wants to take you on a path of maturity before you meet that person. So I feel like when you're comparing, well, you should not be comparing yourself to other people. And your story or your journey is going to be different than who you see on social media. So it's just like, even though you might think you see like a godly couple, and they could very well be a godly couple, like really doing the right thing, their guide is the word, and God is really leading them. So don't look at them and be like, okay, I need to follow them, because they make mistakes too. And then even if they make mistakes, don't be like, oh wow, like I thought godly couples were supposed to be this, that, and the third. No, because they're also human and make mistakes. So really, like when it comes to trying to like have godly standards, or whatever it is that you're looking for, just make sure you're following the word. This is important too. Like honestly, when a man wants you in his life, he will be in your life.
Like persistent.
Like, okay, because there's a lot of women, I feel like, or girls chasing after men, and it's like, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Men were made to, I feel, be initiators, to hunt, and if they really want you, they gonna get
believe that, they will.
I mean, unless you don't want them, obviously.
Then don't
be scared of the friend zone, okay? Because I feel like people have this negative connotation of friend zone, and it's like, that's the safest place to be if you're trying to, if you see that, if you're trying to figure out if you like a person or just that chemistry, I feel like you should be their friend.
Be careful with that friend stuff, because it's just only working out sometimes. So you gotta be led by the Holy Spirit. You gotta pray. Friend stuff could be dangerous.
Friends, you have to know yourself, because if you know, like, I don't know, I feel like if you don't have a lot of guy friends, if you've never been that person, it could be dangerous to be friends with a guy, especially as Christians, because if you hang out with the person long enough, you will form feelings. Our bodies were designed to, like, with the opposite sex, like, if we hang around them long enough, like, we're gonna be drawn to them and form, like connections that, you know, it's just naturally happening. So be very careful with that, because that could very well not be the person that God has for you, but your body is forming a connection that it shouldn't be just as yet.
For us girls, y'all know how
we fall really easy. We do.
And I think we're like so attached, and like a month later they got a girl, and
and you can't be mad.
You can't be mad. Like, they don't like you unless they tell you they like you.
This is true.
Don't be assuming. Don't be.
If he's hunting, he's hunting.
Don't be assuming.
somebody
I'll
out
let
there.
you know. Yeah.
But I know that there's gonna be people watching like, well, I've been friends with Billy Bob and for like 15 years since we were young and nothing ever like we know
it happens.
Everything is situational. We understand that there will be platonic relationships between the opposites. I'm just saying like sometimes it can cause a situation.
Another thing that I would say that I'm really looking for in a man is someone who is confident in God. Like, how I see it is, if you are confident in God, that also makes you like a confident person. So like you're confident like in yourself. Nothing's more unattractive than a guy who isn't confident, because if he's not confident in God, he's probably not confident himself, and then he won't be confident in me and in our relationship and where it's going. That shows me as a woman that you can really trust him with everything, and that shows that you can actually lead the relationship and lead a family, and and have a relationship that's Christ driven, because you have that confidence in God. So it's like one thing, but it trickles down to so many different aspects.
One thing that I believe is very important in a guy is I need him to have a job. I'm not getting
I can't.
Yes, before God gave Adam and Eve, he gave him responsibility and a job. So
he had to name all
Love
the
is not
animals.
gonna pay all of our bills. So like, I need you to have a job. Even if you're not working, I'm not gonna be working in your home playing video games. I'm not gonna go there or anything.
That's a whole nother video.
I just need you to have a job.
No, I think that is very important.
Or be working towards
something.
a career.
Yeah.
Yes. You could be in school, but like you're working towards something.
Yeah.
A lazy man is not attractive. A man who's not trying to do anything with his life is not attractive.
Mm-hmm.
No purpose, just laying in his bed all the time. Like, that's not attractive.
Ambition is
no, it's not. Ambition is attractive, and even if you don't have a job, but you're out here like every day working towards what it is that you want, that's fine. So like for fellas out there who you feel like oh man, like I don't have a career, I don't have my degree in this, that, and the third to do something, that's okay. But what do you want to do, and what are you doing to work towards that goal?
Yes.
So that's attractive in itself. Like no one's saying that you have to be out here making $100,000 and no, like that's perfectly fine.
And also women, when you like speak to yourself and say, okay, this is what I want in like a potential mate, make sure that you're able to equate that. Like, come on, you can't just be asking for all these things and you're not able to bring anything to the table. Like, during your single time is when you should be self-educating, you should be traveling with your girls. God says there's a time for everything. There's a time to mourn, there's a time to be happy, to be sad, and there's a time for you to be in a relationship, there's a time for you to be by yourself in your word, and that's it. Like, enjoy where you are at present. And I feel like that's like a big thing. A lot of people are just focused on what should happen or what's supposed to happen, but focus on you now.
But you'll never be like perfect.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
she always says that.
She does.
Sometimes I feel like,
I'm like, ooh, I need to work on this.
It's gonna be something you need to work on like every year for the rest of your life. But I mean, of course, there are some things that you should, let go. But like, there's never gonna be like you're never gonna be this perfect person.
If you feel like there are some things that you need to work on that you know, like you just really know like, that are not okay for a relationship or courting or a godly marriage, don't entertain a relationship. That's a big thing. Like, if you know you are not at a place to be courting or married or whatever it is, do not entertain. Just because girls are in your DM, just because there's a pretty girl at church and she's interested, please do her a favor and do not entertain that, because she in her mind will be thinking like, oh wow, he's ready, he initiated, so he's ready to lead, we're gonna get married and have her 5 kids, and it's gonna be all this, that, and the third. I don't want 5 kids, I don't know why that would just come to my mind. But yeah, so, and you have to understand that our hearts are very valuable. We fall very easily. I get it, guys can sometimes be like, you see a pretty girl, she's saved, you're like, wow, like I really want this girl. But be led by God. I can't stress that enough, because yes, she could very well be for you, but you are not at the space where you are ready for her, and that's not fair.
Don't awaken love before it's time. Like, if you're not ready, just
leave her alone.
Because sometimes I feel like certain people are, certain guys, I feel like sometimes they want a relationship more than the woman does.
Yeah.
And then when you get into the relationship, you're not ready. So what was the purpose of that? I mean, come on.
I feel like a lot of guys sometimes can think like, oh, but if I don't date her right now, she gonna get caught up by, you know, John, Joseph, and James
when
and whatnot.
something is for you, it's for you.
Yeah.
Believe it. Okay?
Seriously, even if God is placing her like this girl's for you, even if she's with Jim, John, and Joseph, they not gonna last.
Yeah.
She's for you, and that's what's gonna happen. So even when you see that, like I said, having that confidence in God plays a key role, because then you can just trust and know and just pray for her while God works on you to be the man that He needs you to be for her. And I know you guys are not out here trying to hurt us on purpose.
Yeah.
I thought Ashley was just like, well, Ashley.
No, yeah. I do believe that, you know, a lot of good hearts out here, and they just, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. Like, it happens. Like, you change your mind, and we get it.
We don't
get it. We don't get it. We don't get it in the moment. But from the outside looking in, like, I understand that, you know, sometimes, like, because I change my minds about things. So, like, you might think you wanted something, and then and maybe sometimes God just uses that too. Honestly, like, He might give you what you thought you wanted just to show you, like, that's actually not what you wanted at all. And He uses that. But honestly, regardless of whatever situation is, God always can use our brokenness for our good and make it beautiful. So, but just know that if you don't feel ready, if you have, like, it's like, oh man, like, I know God is working on this in my heart, and this is not okay to be in a relationship with, don't entertain it.
Be prayerful about everything.
Yeah, seriously, you see a girl and you're like, wow, don't approach her. Talk to God first. Like, not even joking. Like, even if she's a guest on Sunday morning, like, oh, she's not gonna be bad next, don't worry about it. Just go talk to God.
Thirsty. Y'all too thirsty out here.
So yes, a man of prayer is one of the qualities.
Oh yes.
Because like your heart is deceitful. There's a scripture somewhere in Jeremiah. So you might feel like, oh, you know, whatever. But then, like, when you actually pray about it, that was just you. So just try to be, like, Spirit-led in all your decisions. Because if you ask, God will truly just answer you. So
yeah, and that takes spending time with Him to even know His voice, to know when He is talking to you.
I find that people are looking for another person to complete them. No. You have to enjoy your, like I said, enjoy your singleness and be complete on your own, and then you guys can complement each other. Okay? Yeah. Don't look for anybody to complete you as if you're some broken jigsaw puzzle. No.
Ooh. And if you are a broken jigsaw puzzle, that's okay. But you need God to fix you and put you together.
So build yourself up to that point where you feel like, okay, I can stand on my own and have that relationship with God that's strong enough to be with another person. A lot of times you see, you know, the person's spirit, and then that can
unattractive.
You may not be attracted to the person in the beginning, but there's certain things about them, and there's a connection, or there's a chemistry, or, you know, discernment. You know, God is speaking to you, and that might spark a physical attraction.
Like, what? He was cute since when?
Right? That's when you start noticing. Oh, his jaw a little chisel. What? I like that.
Was it always, the muscles was there?
Were they always there?
But I don't know if, like, guys are the same way as girls.
Yeah, like, I feel like guys,
There's maybe some guys, but like, don't think that there's, like, one standard of, like, beauty that girls are looking for.
Yeah,
so if you don't have the beard with the connect, like, every girl does not want to. I don't want a beard. No, I mean, if they have a beard, sure.
I just like the clean. But then again, I'm saying I like the clean cut beard, and next thing I'd be with a man with a whole, like,
if you don't
can
have,
braid his beard.
If you don't have the muscles, like, it's okay. Like, every girl does not want muscles. If you don't got the hair,
there's
like,
someone out there for you.
So no self-esteem, no low self-esteem.
Yeah, please don't think that you are ugly or that you are unattractive and no girl's gonna want you. No, if you have that confidence in God, if you have that prayer time, if you have that relationship with Him, that is so beautiful. Like, there are guys that I've seen, and, like, you see that relationship and you're like, wow, like, I don't even care about, like, what you look like, but you see that relationship and you're just like, wow, like I am really attracted to that. So you'll be surprised. Like we're not superficial, and there are some girls who are out there, and if some girl has told you that or has hurt you because of that, because of your looks, she really wasn't for you. You know, so you're really looking for someone who sees your spirit, because honestly, like as you get older, you're not gonna look like how you look now.
You're not.
Neither is she.
Yeah.
Beauty is fleeting, charm is deceitful, but a woman or a man of God who fears the Lord. You can finish it. So,
will be praised.
Will be praised.
I think that's what
is it worthy?
Mindful.
Oh, it's worthy?
No, it don't sound good.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So clearly we need to get in our word before, you know, God sends our godly man.
We're only
I tell you, the safest place to be is in the friend zone.
With caution.
With guarding your heart. With prayer.
All of that.
So if she friend zones you guys, listen, it's okay. You know, you might finesse and be able to get her. As a woman, you might be apprehensive to a lot of things. You're like, oh, I don't know, you know.
I sure am.
But sometimes we're just looking for assurance in a man.
Yeah.
And
consistency under that. Ooh. Let's just pause right there.
Let the church say amen.
Like, hallelujah. Consistency, like, don't be a certain way one day and then, like, next month it's crickets. And then come back later, like, 2 days later, like, hey, what's up? No, like, be consistent. Like, we don't like that. We're very emotional. At least I
I'm weak. I really felt that. I did. I felt it.
I did too. That's how
I'm very.
I almost had tears in my life. Wow, she about to go in.
Like
be emotional.
We're very emotional girls. Like, so just be consistent. Like, don't play games. Please, don't play games.
Some of these guys, y'all be emotional too, to be honest. Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Actually. No, seriously, Giselle really brings up a valid point. Consistency, like,
is key.
Don't tell it.
It's deep, y'all.
No, it's
like,
seriously
all the
it's
Christian
deep.
girls around, even the non-Christian girls, they agree right now.
No,
like,
seriously. No. Consistency is so important. Like, don't tell someone something and you don't follow through with that. Like, that is also very attractive. A guy who is of his word. Like, he says he's gonna do something and then he does it. I'm like, even if it's as simple as, oh, we gonna get coffee tomorrow, and then in the next one he's like, oh, so you ready for coffee? Like,
when I'm expecting candy, like, I want candy. If you said you're gonna do something,
do it. Like, don't say it. Like, no one told you to say anything, so don't say it.
Don't say it. If you don't mean it, do not say it. Please
like,
don't.
Like, what do you think that does for us? Yeah. Like, if you say something that you know you're not gonna do, like, don't say it. Like, we're not affected if you don't. Yeah. So, like, don't. Why y'all do that?
Why?
I really want to know, like. Tell them that it's human nature. Maybe it's their human nature.
Yeah. It's a sinful nature. That's what it is.
You need to find that and break that. That's not okay. Some guys, like you, some of y'all are really nice, and it's so beautiful at how nice you are, but y'all are too nice to the point where you don't want to hurt someone else's feelings. But if you know you're not interested in the girl, you know you don't want to go out, you know you don't want to do this, just say that. I know, like, I know we're sensitive and our feelings get hurt, but it's better to have that short-term, like, hurt than a long-term, like, oh, but we were going out, you led me on, this, that, and the third. And I know some of you nice guys are watching, like, yeah, that has happened to me. Yes, it's happened to you because you are too nice. Like, you have to be honest in the beginning. If you're not interested, don't be like, oh, but I don't want to hurt her feelings, and I know she wants to hang out and stuff, so, all right, maybe we can, no. Don't do that. You're honestly wasting her time and you're wasting your time too. Sorry guys, I know like y'all are already confused about a lot of things, especially when it comes to girls. And then when we have that whole courting phrase, you're like, oh my gosh, marriage, but I'm not ready, but don't freak out. Like a lot of times, even when I say courting, like I'm not planning on getting married right now either. It's just like, this is I think that's something that's very important. It's just like when we say like, don't date or don't court someone that you can't see yourself marrying. That doesn't necessarily mean like y'all are getting married tomorrow.
And also this whole talking thing, I don't like that.
Yeah, I feel like that whole talking thing is a worldly thing that Christians can fall into. Don't do it.
Like, what is
we're intentional.
Like, people be talking for like, excuse my English, people be talking, but people like are in this talking relationships for like 6 months, a year. It's like, what? And they're doing things that people do in relationships. They're holding hands, they're kissing, they're doing all this other stuff. So I'm like, so are you just not? Do you not want the commitment
not like that term
of relationship? Like, what is, like, what happens when you call it a relationship? Does like everything change? Like, cause I'm like, can somebody explain it to me?
I don't have the answers.
I don't have the answers either. Because if someone asks me like, oh, so are you guys talking? I'd be like, talking. We're getting to know each other.
I want somebody who already like loves your family. You know, who like
family dynamic. Yes.
Yeah. Like, already loves your mom. Even if they don't have a mom, loves your auntie. But, like, he loves somebody, you know? Like, I need to see how you treat, like, the people that you love.
Yes.
I want, I didn't have a dad, like, growing up, like, passed away. But, like, when I have my own family, I want someone who, like, is present, you know? So I just want somebody who is family-oriented and who looks forward to having, like, children, you know, not too many kids, but you know, but that's just very.
I have like 5 kids.
No, that's just very important to me. I know where.
Hey, it could happen. To add on to that, like, not even just like with family, but like what I look for in a guy is how do you treat other people? Because you might be treating me like a princess, but you're nasty and not loving with other people, and I don't like that. Like, you could be treating me like that just because we're in the beginning stages. Like, everyone's in love and love is blinding and you're all happy, like, hee, like, oh my gosh. And then when things really get serious and rough and, like, things aren't always going to be happy, how are you going to treat me in that moment? I see how a guy is with unsaved people, because it's like, if you can carry, like, your persona, like, I feel like if you're, like, changing or shifting yourself from friend groups, I don't like that, because why are you changing who you are just because your friends aren't saved? Like, I understand, like, obviously you're not gonna be, like, you know, shouting in public with your unsaved friends, but do you still keep your composure? Like, is your language still the same? Are you still loving?
Double lives, like, a double life, or what's going on?
Yeah, and I like to see, like, how you treat other people, because it gives me an indication on just your character. I just want to see how you are around others, to see, like, if you're not putting on a facade just for me.
See how he treats, like the waitress.
Yeah.
How he treats, like, when somebody gives him, like, bad customer service. Like, just, that's very important.
Yeah, those are key things to look out for.
That shows you who somebody is.
Yeah. So, yeah, and ladies, too, like, treat people right.
Yeah.
Especially girls, because girls be in drama and envy and jealousy.
Very catty.
Yeah, don't.
Petty.
There was a pastor one time that came to minister at my church, previous church, and he was saying, it was like a singles seminar, and he was saying, like, when a woman is looking, or just looking to a man, or just kind of like observing him, observe, like, who looks up to him. Who's his does he have a mentor? Who does he look up to?
That's important.
Also his associates, who's around him, because that birds of a feather flock together. So just see if he has like younger boys or men of Christ that look up to him, because that shows that, you know, he has good attributes.
Yeah,
he
he's
has
doing
good
something
character.
right.
And also, who does he look up to? Because that kind of like determines like what's in his mind, what's in his brain, what does he prioritize, and what does he like. I don't want to say idolize, because that sounds like...
No, but it could seriously be something that
exactly
idolize.
So if he looks up to people that have, like, they're kind of, like, sketchy, then...
Yeah. So ultimately, like, really with everything we're saying is just, like, honestly, just be a Christian. You know, follow the teachings of God, and if you're doing that, everything else falls into place. So, like, all that we're saying are all things that fall into place, like, with you being a Christian. So don't necessarily do all these things or feel like you need to do this just to find a spouse. No. Please, if that is your motive, you're already wrong. You're asking for a heartbreak already. So don't do these things just because you want a woman. No. Do these things because as a Christian, these are values that you should be following anyway. And that's why I said, like, be you, because like these are just our opinions, and that's why we steered away from like, oh, we want him to be tall, handsome, no. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, I mean, the main focus is what are Christian women looking for in a Christian man, and really we should not be looking. We should be looking to God and just praying for discernment in order to make that decision. That's the most important, and just focusing on ourselves, really, in order to be complete in ourselves. So
no, seriously.
And like, marriage is a gift, but it's not the ultimate goal in life. Like, you don't reach marriage and it's like, ooh, I made it. You know, like there's married. Like, no, like there's more to life. Like, you know, like you are made to glorify God. You're made to make disciples. Like, you are made to do amazing things for Christ. And like, when that spouse comes, that'll be a great time. But that's not like your ultimate purpose in life.
Your value should not be tied into the fact that you have a ring on your finger or you have a man. That means, I'm not gonna say it doesn't mean anything. That's important. Family's important, but like she said, that's not the ultimate goal.
Make sure that you're not just desiring a wedding. You know, make sure you're not just desiring the beautiful white dress and the big party, like, because I've been there at times. I'm like, ooh, do I just want a wedding or do I want a marriage? You know, so think about it like, okay, like, marriage is not just, wedding day is one day, you know, and marriage is hopefully a lifetime. So just please don't focus on just, I want a wedding, I want this, I want everybody to come to my party, I want a honeymoon. Like, marriage is a work.
That's why it's so important to seriously be led by God, because this is serious. This is not a game. That's pretty much all you wanted to share. This might be a little lengthy video, and that's all right, because everything that we said is important, and I feel like it's gonna help someone out there. So if you have any questions, you can comment below. Ashley and Giselle subscribe to my channel and they watch my videos. Thank y'all.
Yes,
y'all such great supporters. So if you have any questions, I definitely would just text and be like, hey, there's a question for you on the channel, and they would have no problem responding. So feel free to ask any questions or share your thoughts below. We'd love to know what you think. Fellas, you can share some things that I really want to know, like, what guys think. Or you can email me at behismasterpiece@gmail.com if you don't feel comfortable having it public. So that's it, and as always, be his masterpiece. Bye everyone.